My name is Kobus Wessels. I'm a loss adjuster and also a fellow of the Insurance Institute of South Africa. Today we're going to deal with a guide to the claims investigation process. This module is divided into two parts. The first one is claims investigation process. Introduction. This training module is devised to highlight the importance of a professional adjuster's role and duties when assigned to investigate an incident, loss and/or damage. It also focuses on the investigation process, how to plan and implement the plan. In other words, special consideration is given to the duties, obligations and responsibilities of such an adjuster and investigator, as well as the nature of his appointment. In other words, who is using the adjuster, what is expected from the adjuster. Apart from his ethical conduct and statutory duties, what are the duties owed by him? What's the level of professionalism? Does he or she comply with the requirements of the Professional Institute, namely ILASA and or ISA? Principal uses. The resources where the adjuster obtains his appointments and mandates. This is a broad spectrum of organizations that make use of investigators and adjusters, i.e. insurers, reinsurers, captive and self-funding companies, underwriting management agents, brokers and or agents, as well as attorneys. The approach to the various bodies may differ in essence, depending on their requirements. For instance, when dealing with insurers, they are still the major users of investigators and or loss adjusters and require the widest range of skills offered by the investigating and adjusting industry. Brokers, where the instructions are received from a broker, the investigator or adjuster should ensure that authorization has been given to the broker by the appropriate insurer or underwriter to act on their behalf. If there is a doubt, written instructions should be sought to ascertain that the instructions are clear and the cover in force at the time. Lawyers and solicitors. Lately, solicitors and lawyers are making more and more use of the investigator. In cases where they act on behalf of the insurers or plaintiffs, the investigator or adjuster should therefore firstly ensure that the instructions received are clearly understood, secondly correctly respond on his principal's instructions, and thirdly understand the terms, discovery and or legal professional privilege when preparing a report for lawyers or solicitors. Insured person. In some cases, the insured person may approach an investigator or adjuster for assistance to ensure that the full policy benefit is received. Captives and self-funding organizations. The purpose of a captive and self-funding is to reduce the total cost of insurance by self-insuring up to a certain limit. In such cases, organizations often instruct investigators and adjusters who are known to minimize the effect of claims cost. Uninsured persons. Occasionally, an uninsured person may attempt to recover the cost of damages from a third party, in which case he may instruct an investigator or adjuster to assist him with establishing the quantum before initiating action against the tortfeasor or guilty party. Third party. A person who causes damages to a third party's property may appoint an investigator or adjuster to ensure that first, the claimant's property is reinstated at a reasonable cost. Secondly, that the value of the property has been quantified correctly. Thirdly, where the damages have been reinstated, the claimant's cost was fair and reasonable. And fourthly, the third party is not playing for betterment.